The Haunting of Dead Mountain. In the winter of 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition in the Ural Mountains, Russia, known as Dead Mountain. Their journey was expected to be challenging, but they were well prepared for the harsh conditions. As days turned into nights, the hikers made steady progress, documenting their adventure through diaries and photographs. But one evening, everything changed. The group suddenly veered off their planned route and camped on an exposed mountainside. The next morning, search parties were sent out to find them when they failed to return as expected. To the searchers' horror, the hikers' tents were found ripped from the inside, as if they were desperately trying to escape something. As the search continued, the hikers' frozen bodies were discovered scattered in the snow. Their injuries were puzzling and horrifying. Some had broken bones, and others showed signs of severe internal trauma, as if a powerful force had struck them. Investigations offered no logical explanation. Some speculated an avalanche, but the terrain and weather conditions didn't support it. Others suggested a military cover-up or an attack by indigenous people, but no evidence supported these claims. The most chilling discovery came from the hikers' cameras and journals. The last entries spoke of an unexplained sense of dread and unease that plagued them in the days leading up to their mysterious deaths. Some mentioned strange lights and shadows moving around their tents at night. Rumors of a Yeti or other supernatural entities haunting Dead Mountain began to circulate. Locals whispered of the mountain being cursed, and some claimed to have heard eerie howls in the dark. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains an unsolved mystery, haunting the memories of those who dared to venture into the chilling expanse of Dead Mountain. Enfield Enigma. In the 1970s, a modest house in Enfield, London, became the epicenter of a paranormal phenomenon that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to investigate. The Hodgson family, a single mother and her 4 children, claimed that their home was besieged by a malevolent force they believed to be a poltergeist. It started innocently with objects mysteriously moving on their own. But soon, the activity escalated into terrifying proportions. Furniture levitated, loud knocking sounds echoed through the walls, and the children's toys seemed to take a life of their own. Desperate for help, the Hodgson family called in paranormal researchers and journalists to document the eerie events. During their investigation, they witnessed the unexplainable, furniture sliding across the floor, voices seemingly coming from thin air, and even the children being thrown out of their beds as if by an invisible force. The poltergeist identified itself as Bill, and it seemed to communicate through one of the Hodgson children, Janet. Skeptics dismissed the events as elaborate hoaxes, but the evidence was hard to deny. Media attention soon brought the Enfield Poltergeist into the public eye, captivating the nation and sparking heated debates about the existence of the supernatural. Some believed it was a genuine haunting, while others accused the family of staging the events for attention. As the days turned into weeks, the Hodgson family endured sleepless nights filled with fear and uncertainty. The haunting took a toll on their emotional well-being, and they longed for peace. Eventually, the activity subsided, and the Enfield poltergeist seemed to fade away as mysteriously as it appeared. But the memories of those chilling days continue to linger, haunting the Hodgson family and everyone who crossed paths with the enigmatic force known as the Enfield Poltergeist. The Amityville Enigma. In 1974, a picturesque house in Amityville, New York, became the setting for one of the most infamous and chilling haunted house tales in history. The Lutz family, George, Kathy, and their 3 children, moved into their dream home, unaware of the malevolent force that awaited them. Shortly after settling in, strange occurrences began to plague the Lutz family. Doors slammed shut on their own, unexplained odors permeated the air, and eerie cold spots gripped the rooms. As the days passed, the activity escalated, terrorizing the family and defying all logical explanations. The Lutz family soon learned that the house's previous occupants had fallen victim to a gruesome mass murder. Ronald DeFeo Jr. had brutally murdered his entire family in the very rooms they now called home. Some believed that the restless spirits of the deceased were haunting the house, seeking vengeance. As the haunting intensified, a local priest was called to bless the house, but even he was met with an overwhelming sense of dread. Mysterious welts appeared on his skin, and he heard disembodied voices commanding him to leave. Fearing for their safety, the Lutz family made desperate attempts to escape the malevolence, but it seemed the house was unwilling to let them go. Each night, they were tormented by haunting visions and demonic apparitions that defied all rational explanation. The Amityville horror soon captured the attention of the media and the public, drawing paranormal investigators and curious onlookers from far and wide. The Lutz family endured skepticism and scrutiny, but they maintained their account of the terrifying events. To this day, the Amityville horror remains an enigma, haunting the memories of those who dare to step foot in the foreboding house. Its chilling legacy continues to spark debates about the existence of malevolent entities and the thin veil that separates the living from the dead.